Okay, so what's the big question on everybody's lips? Should I wax my balls? No, it's not. Sorry, it's not that. No, it's should I buy Anthem? Whilst I'm talking about the burning question of desire that's lingering within your souls, you can see the Interceptor gameplay as I take on the Tyrant Mine on hard difficulty, and I'm telling you, the Interceptor is absolutely legendarily good. Ooh, those blades of glory, baby. You know I've been critical. I like to call bullshit when I smell it, and it smells like I've been in a field of cows for quite some time, but Anthem is actually pretty bloody good. The gameplay is fun. Flying around like Iron Man feels great and probably won't get boring, and there's loads of customization. I'm not talking about all the money that you can spend, I'm just talking about the ability to customize, and if they sort out the economy, this game could be a lot of fun. I'm not talking about the lack of the strongholds at launch, no raid, no crazy content at the end, but still, there's going to be a chunky campaign, you can play with your friends, and you can blast space bugs. Now let me quickly go back, okay, because I want to give you a little bit of good and bad. Right, so we're going to do good, and we're going to do bad. And some of the good is what I've just mentioned. The mechs, the javelins, the four different javelins, Storm, Interceptor, Ranger, and Colossus, all feel unique, all are fun, all have their own abilities, all have their own drawbacks. Getting a squad with all four of them is the way to success, but you can do it on your own or you can play with friends. Believe me, the gameplay there is great. The movement system there is great. The gunplay is good. It's fun. It's energetic. Okay, so that's the mechs. I mean, javelins. Sorry, javelins. What else? The open world is beautiful. But this comes with a caveat. Because if you look at the reveal trailers, if you look at the early footage, it really felt like the world was going to be absolutely packed full of fauna and flora. You know, when they jumped off that first platform and they went down through the jungle and the lighting changed, there were bugs everywhere and there were things flying in front of them. There were little animals like little sort of dinosaur-y things that were just sitting there and just grazing on their own, and they moved as you approached. Then there was that big beast thing that like tried to attack you, and they were like, no, we're going to deal with that later. We're going to keep going. Well, when you jump into the demo, which is supposed to be an actual cut of the real game, it seems very void of all that fauna. It feels like they've scaled everything back, and although it looks beautiful, it feels a bit empty and lifeless, and that worries me because it's a demo, not a beta. It's not a 6 month in the future the game will be released. No, it's a couple of weeks and we will have the game. So how much they can change or what build we're playing on, I don't know. But if they can get all of that right, if they can add in those elements, make it more Avatar-esque, and give us what we thought we were getting, which is almost there. It's almost there. I think this game could be awesome. And I have enjoyed playing the demo. I enjoyed playing the VIP demo. Don't hit me. Don't hate me. I enjoy playing this demo. Don't hit me. Just stop it. Don't hit me and hate me, okay? It is good. It's good fun. But there are obviously caveats. And one of them is the potential economy system and what that's going to mean. Obviously, we know that things are going to cost a lot. Although they haven't come out with the pricing. We know deep down in our soul. We know that it's going to be expensive, and that's because of EA. And they're going to try and get it as high as they can without trying to piss us all off, even though they probably don't care that they're going to piss us all off because it's going to be nice and high. And even if it's not as high as it's going to be as high that I think it will be, and most other people will, and we know down deep in our soul, it's going to suck. What does that also mean? You know, other people have looked at my last video and they've defended EA, and they've defended the pricing scheme, and they've defended that it's only cosmetics, which is fine. You can defend it, but you're wrong. You're wrong, it might be cosmetic only, but if they throttle the XP, say something costs 10,000 points, and they throttle the XP, which is what it's looking like, I'm pretty sure that I'm right in saying that they will do that, like Destiny did, and then had to recant and stop that. But if they throttle the XP, 10,000 points, let's say, per week, and you got a skin, a cosmetic that costs you 20 quid or 100,000 points. Well, what happened? 100,000 coins, sorry. So if you can only get 10,000 coins a week, cost you 100,000. That's 10 weeks. Almost 3 months of gameplay to get one skin. And believe me, if you think they're not going to try that, you're wrong. Because they almost certainly will. And why are they not releasing information about the economy when a lot of people are upset about the economy and the pricing structure? Is because they don't want people to cancel pre-orders knowing that the economy is going to be super expensive. Once you started playing the game, and then a week or 2 or 3, they introduce the proper economy, you can't get your refund. And then you're stuck in that system, and then you've already given them the money for the £60 game. That worries me. That really makes me nervous. That with the fact that, you know, there's so many different bugs and the fact that the flora and fauna isn't there and it feels slightly different than I thought it would, I would be wary. I would be very, very wary. However, the good things that I've talked about, the gameplay, the core mechanics, the things that you can enjoy, the upgrade system, the customization when you get to do it yourself, and if it is a fair grind and if it is fair, it's just great. So I'm really torn between this. One hand, I love it. I love the visual style. I love the free flow gameplay. On the other hand, I'm worried about what the economy might do, what it might look like in the future, how it might pan out, the bugs, the glitches, the end game content. It's the last thing I'm going to talk about. So when we have something like this, we often compare it to Destiny. Destiny had a pretty good storyline, and a lot of people didn't like it and thought it was boring, but I actually loved Destiny 1. I put so much time into Destiny 1, and I also put a huge amount of time into Destiny 2 until all the things started going a bit weird, and then I ventured away, and unfortunately I didn't go back because I believe they fixed it all. However, talking about Anthem, Destiny had a raid. It had loads of different strikes, it had a ton of content, it had different places that you could go around and do, you could earn weapons, you could play multiplayer, there was tons of different elements to the game when it launched. Anthem's end content is 3 strongholds, and we've already done one of them to death in the demo. We've done the Tyrant Mine with the big bug boss at the end. Okay, so I've played that probably 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 times already. And it's absolutely ludicrous that is only 1/3 of the end game hard content. Obviously, I know you can go to Grandmaster and then Grandmaster again and do the difficulty higher to grind the gear, but it's only 3 things that you're going to be grinding really for the best content. That's quite boring. Like Destiny's raids were awesome. They were awesome. They're easily the best part of the game. Easily the best part of most gaming memories that I've had in the last 5 to 10 years. I'm serious. There were some awesome bits. When you pulled them off with your friends, they were great and they were rewarding. Even though you might not get what you wanted, you could go back and try again next week. They were a lot of time investment, but they were a lot of fun. These strongholds are good, but they feel like a bit of a bigger strike. And to say there's only 3 of them makes me nervous, because that's not very much content. That's not much to keep us excited and involved. Does that mean that we're going to have to get stuff a lot later? Because they're not obviously doing DLC. They're doing it all by microtransactions. They're not making any extra money. So they can draw out the content and throttle the XP and make us grind, and it gets boring. That's the stuff that I'm worried about. That's the stuff I'm really worried about. So should you buy Anthem on launch day? God almighty, that is a hard question. There are some games that I've absolutely loved, and I could tell you right now, go out and throw your money at the next counter like you were tossing dollar bills at a nice stripper on a pole. I could say that, but this one I can't. Part of me wants to. Part of me wants to say, yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait. I want to play this game. You should spend your money, but it is EA. And I worry about that. I do worry about that. Let me look at it like this. Hold off. Just hold off a little bit. Hold off a couple. If you're unsure, if you know you're going to love this game, and this is exactly your cup of tea, and you don't mind the long grinds, you don't mind the repetitive sort of gameplay of killing stuff, and you just want to slowly build up your javelin, maybe play with friends occasionally, I would say it's probably going to be okay, and you can spend your money. If you're sure that this is your type of game and you've been waiting for something like this, you're not going to be disappointed. It is fun and it is beautiful, and it will hopefully just continue to get better. If you're on the fence, do not sort of throw your money and go caution to the wind, because you may be disappointed. I would wait a couple of weeks, wait till the full game comes out, wait till I've done a proper review of the campaign, the story, and the end game sort of situation that we'll find ourselves in, and then make a decision. Because also, you don't want to jump into the game and then find out that you're going to be absolutely bled dry by XP throttling and cosmetic customization. Because just finally on that point, when it comes to people complaining about microtransactions and customizations being not part of the core gameplay, and they're like, don't worry, you can play the whole game, it's just customization, it's just a skin. I think that's really unfair and such a poor argument. When you buy a game, you're buying it for these javelins. You're buying it to play through, to kill stuff, and to build up your own character. So much of that character build-up is customization and what you look like, and you want to look badass. You don't buy a 60 quid game and then go, oh, I don't care about the customization. Of course you do. You want it to look awesome. And if you're throttled into not being able to do that, or it takes you 10 weeks to unlock something, I'm only speculating here, okay, that might be grandiose, but it takes you 10 weeks to unlock something, or you pay an extra 20 quid. That's not fair. The economy is not fair. It's not designed to be fair. It's not designed to be enjoyable. It's designed to nickel and dime you. And that worries me. So if that's something that you're concerned about, wait and see what the economy will be. And if this doesn't tickle your fancy, well, just don't buy it. Simple, simple, simple. However, I will be playing it on day one. So if you're going to throw all your mushrooms in a basket, that's not quite the analogy I want. If you're going to put all of your eggs in the basket and you're going to follow me wildly, blindly, just because you like the shape of my head or the sound of my dulcet tones, then I could say, yeah, buy it. But I will be getting it. I already decided that. I haven't pre-ordered, so I will be getting it from the PlayStation Store. I could play it on PC through EA Access and Premiere and stuff, but I won't be doing that. I'm going to play on PlayStation because I can play with a couple of my friends, and I will give you my full feelings and review of this game, which has the potential to be really cool, soon after launch. Well, soon after, not my launch, because it's the Xbox launch and then the Premiere launch. It's a really convoluted launch schedule. If you need some help, there's maps out there that literally plot the dates that you can play. It's ridiculous. EA, please stop that crap. And then when it finally ventures onto the PlayStation Store, I will play it, probably late, and I will tell you what I think. But for now, I have enjoyed it. The Interceptor's my babe. Oh, God, that thing is awesome. So fast and frantic. Ah, just like my nights in Paris 10 years ago. Yeah. Okay, I love you very much. It's me, the DRBC, signing off. As always, you take care, you stay saucy, you stay juicy, and I love you all. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Smash that like button now, and I will see you in the next video. DRBC, signing off.